This is question number 13 on the November 2014 non-calculator paper. Okay, so let's look at part A. Part A says express 180 as the product of its primes. Okay, you should be familiar with working out products of primes of some numbers, so you should be able to do this pretty easily and be able to engage with it straight away. We're going to create a factor tree for 180. So I'm going to split this up into pairs of numbers. First of all, a pair of numbers that times together to give me 180. You have several choices you can make, but I'm going to start off with 18 times 10. Okay, you could have chosen different starting points. You will end up with the same answer, but I'm going to stop a branch when I get to a prime number. So neither of these are prime, so I'm going to carry this on further, and I'm going to get 2 times 9 is 18. 2 is a prime number, so I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to split the 9. 3 times 3 is 9, and both of those are prime, so I'm going to stop those branches there. I'm going to move back to the 10. 2 times 5 is 10, and both of those are prime as well. So 18 is 2 times 3 times 3 times 2 times 5. 2 times 3 times 3 times 2 times 5. Okay, I'm going to put them in order in the answer space. Okay, so in the answer space, I'm going to write them as 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. And there's my result. Okay, going on to part B. In part B, it says Martin thinks of 2 numbers. So that's important. He's thinking about 2 numbers. And he says that the highest common factor, the HCF, of my 2 numbers is 6. So the highest common factor, the biggest number that can go into both his numbers, is 6. And the LCM, the lowest common multiple of his 2 numbers, is a multiple of 15. So the LCM is not 15, but it's a multiple of 15. So let's just first think about the multiples of 15. Now the multiples of 15 are all the numbers in the 15 times table. So that's 15, 30, 45, 60, and so on. So those are the numbers in the 15 times tables. They are multiples of 15. And the lowest common multiple of my 2 numbers is a multiple of 15. So any of these could be the LCM of his 2 numbers. They also tell us that the HCF, the highest common factor of his 2 numbers, is 6. That means the biggest number that could go into both his numbers is 6. So I'm going to say if one of his numbers is 6, right, the other one must be a multiple of 15. Which other number here can 6 go into? Because therefore it will be a factor. 6 can't go into 15, but 6 could go into 30. So his other number could be 30. Now I'm going to check this. I'm going to think about what's the LCM of 6 and 30. So what are the multiples of 6? 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, and so on. And then the multiples of 30 are 30, 60, 90, 120, and so on. And the lowest common multiple of both of those, the lowest number that's common to both of them, if you think about this, is 30. And 30 is a multiple of 15. Let's think about the HCF side of it now. The HCF is the highest common factor of 6 and 30. So what are the factors of 6? What are all the numbers that could go into 6? 1, 2, 3, and 6. Those are all the factors of 6. What are the factors of 30? 1, 2, 3, 4 can't go into 30, 5 can, 6, 10 can go into 30, 15 could go into 30, and 30 could go into 30. So the highest common factor, the highest number that's common to both of them, this time remember it's the highest common factor, is going to be 6. So the highest common factor is 6, and the lowest common multiple is a multiple of 15. So my answer is going to be 6 and 30, and that's what I've written in the answer space. Okay, make sure you go through this, you think about it. Part B is a bit more trickier, right? But it is straightforward once you understand what factors, multiples, LCM, and HCF are.